Hello everyone, I am Dandalia, the Dandelion Vtuber, and I am doing a makeup stream of the Raven Remastered because yesterday there were workmen working outside of my window and it was too loud to continue. I'm a little tired. I did go to sleep at a decent hour, it's just that I have morning meds that I need to take for my bipolar disorder, and they have a drowsing effect, and so I have to fight an initial like little burst of drowsiness. But yeah, I'll be all right. It's what I do. Same, you just woke up. Good morning. Good morning, everybody! Good morning! Let's start where we left off. We were hunting a bullet. Quite the opposite of what usually is. Usually the bullet's hunting someone else. If I was a bullet, where would I be? Besides a corpse. Search
There's
the
dirt piled up in the corner. Down below where the passengers are, the ship is pretty clean. But the crew doesn't seem to care as much up here.
Why would it let me go upstairs then? Wouldn't it be cordoned off or something? Is that a word? Cordoned? Did I... Is cordoned a word, or did I just like squish several words together up in the ether? Alright. What would happen if I used the screw?
I could inform the captain that the grid has to be repaired, but if I start reporting all the problems on the ship, I'd have to shelve my murder investigation.
Won't let me do anything. I was thinking of using the screwdriver to fix this, but I guess that's not what I'm supposed to do.
Sibling brand reel from the Baroness's cabin. The tape that came on it and the reel that belongs to the player are both gone.
Let's see what all these other ones are.
I wonder what information Legrand is keeping from me. If I didn't know better, I'd say he was hiding something.
Your secret love.
The sibling brand reel from the Baroness's cabin.
A secret tryst between men.
The metal of the tongs feels cold from the smooth handle all the way to the tips.
That's a weird thing to say about tongs.
The metal of the tongs feels cold from the smooth handle all the way to the tips.
Things you shouldn't say about tongs, and definitely shouldn't say... I guess it is appropriate to say that about a dildo. It boggles my mind that people like glass ones or something like that. I don't know. I wouldn't want something that could shatter.
I'm sure that the pillow was used as a silencer. If Legrand doesn't want to hear about it, that's his problem. A good slingshot. Drawing on the expert knowledge of generations of boarding school students. And combined with the stones, there are countless opportunities for making mischief. Small, even stones.
I want to see if I can shoot Legrand with those.
Soil. A well-used screwdriver from the toolbox. I don't see anything special. The little stones make perfect ammunition for the slingshot. Now I just need a suitable target.
Can I hit the other constable from here? No, it's not gonna let me do that. I guess I'll just go down the stairs again. Okay. Whew. I'm a little drowsy, but I did my best. Oh gosh, not putting anything glass near my bum. Yeah, right? Like, I'm gonna take a drink of water. So like, my brain, I'm still trying to wake up and someone went, there's a thing with like, and that's how Dandalia successfully murdered someone on a cruise ship. A slingshot. With the right ammunition, I mean, is that not how David succeeded? Although he had a completely different kind of sling. Is that what I'm supposed to be doing?
He could be more cooperative, but in the end, he's just doing his job. No reason to shoot a stone at his head.
Okay, so that's not where I'm supposed to put it. But yeah, there was this Tumblr post that somebody made where someone had one of those. David had to chop Goliath's head after, so it wasn't just the slingshot. I'm ashamed to admit that I haven't read. My memory right now is a little fuzzy. I'm pretty sure he was already dead? And then he cut off the head as like a sign. But he may have been knocked unconscious. He got his shit rocked, that's for sure, though. Hello, Monkey Butler. Don't know why they left that part out of VeggieTales. Oh, I loved VeggieTales growing up. I was thinking about VeggieTales earlier this week, and you know, sometimes things pop into your head and like it just makes you giggle while you're doing your day. There was a scene from, I believe it was the one covering Moses. It was either Moses or Jericho, because I can't remember whether the character played by Larry was being approached with God or like the burning bush or an angel. But basically Larry falls face first to the ground and then he tries to speak and he's just his face is face first in the soil, so he just and it made me laugh while I was trying to do some cooking yesterday. Don't mind me, just making him.
Legrand will attend to the interrogation. I won't talk to.
Can't use the slingshot. Can't use the slingshot in here. I feel like that's what I'm supposed to be doing. Is using the slingshot on somebody. Or maybe I'm supposed to give it back to Maddie. It was Joshua, played by Larry. Though he was the successor to Moses. Yeah, that makes sense, because, I mean, that's how it is in the actual book. Yeah. Yeah, there was a thing that Moses did when he wasn't supposed to, that was bad enough that God was like, hey, you're not gonna be able to see the land of Israel. Like, you're not gonna be able to live in the land of Israel either. You're gonna be, I'm gonna let you see it because that's what you worked so hard for, but you're not gonna live on it. And, so yeah, like, when it was time to go over to the land of milk and honey, like, Moses was really old. So they brought him up to a mountain, and he got to look upon the lands where his people were going to live, and then he immediately passed away. But yeah. There are certain parts of the Bible that I find incredibly boring. That are pretty. The Old Testament has some books that are pretty hard to read. The books of the Bible that are pretty much the no-no chapters, those are pretty hard. And then there are some chapters that are the uh-oh chapters, which are just books of the Bible. There's like a couple books in the Bible that are just about your life is going to suck now because you didn't listen to the no-no chapters. I don't think I've talked.
Play for now. Matt.
What?
Here's your slingshot back.
Really? Thanks.
I don't even know why I have it.
But you should put Constable Oliver on the list of people who'd better not see it.
I understand. Don't worry, I'll be careful.
Good man.
Constable Oliver. I kept forgetting his name. Ah, yes. The point and click adventure walk pattern. Never change.
Yes, Constable?
I wanted to ask you something. Lady Westmacott told me that Matt's become a real athlete at his boarding school.
That's true.
Oh, your face is horrifying right
He's
now.
full of energy.
The whites of her,
Teachers
I
don't
can
calm
see
him
the
down
whites
in
of her
sports.
eyes.
He's very talented and learns new games very quickly.
I regret to say that was never one of my strong points. It must be good for his self-confidence.
It certainly is. He's settled down and he's become something of a leader in his class. A year ago, I'd have never dared to hope that everything would work out so well.
A
I'll
leader.
be seeing you, Miss Miller.
A good leader or a bad leader? Got to look upon those lands and immediately ascend to be with God. Oh no, how cruel. Well, I mean, the place that he's going is better than the place... The place that he went is better than the place that we have now. You know? It's kind of like being really excited about going to Gold... It's kind of like being really excited to go to Golden Corral and then getting, like, ascended to, like, a gourmet restaurant, all you can eat sort of thing, I think. Although I'm not sure how well this analogy works because I don't like Golden Corral that much. I usually end up just, like, getting a bunch of cookies and like whipped cream and making myself sick. Because I had like a slice or two of pizza. Slice of two of pizza and then like, Okay, I'm gonna go back to Inspector Legrand's office because I honestly can't think of what I'm supposed to be doing. Actually, I'll enter the Baroness's cabin again and see if I missed anything. I don't feel like I did. The lighting in this room is weird.
I don't care what Legrand and Dr. Gebhardt say. The blood spot looks strange, and I'd like to take a sample. I don't care what
Oh, take a sample. Which is with what? Can't do that.
I'm sure that the pillow was used.
They're,
Better not. The pillowcase is evidence. I
mean,
shouldn't
something-
smear blood on it.
I worked at a Golden Corral. It was a terrible work experience. I don't doubt it. Did you feel satisfaction when the pandemic almost killed Golden Corral? Nothing to take a sample with here. Speaking of taking samples, I think it's really funny that, like, a lot of the places where you give urine samples, nowadays they have this little, like, almost, they have this little cubby that you can put it in. It makes me feel like a secret agent with piss. Opening up the little cubby hole. Boom, ba-da-da-da-dim, dim, dim, dim. Ba-da-doo. Here's my piss. 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 Piss, piss. And I take one of these vials and use that to get her blood. I felt satisfaction recently seeing the one I worked out is gone now. Yeah, I think they're like trying to bring the one back in my area. But I think it's still out of business. I think. But I don't know though. Oh.
Aha. That's the bullet the doctor removed from the Baroness's corpse.
It looks like paper to me.
This is the pipe from the cargo hold. Legrand seems to have inspected it for fingerprints. I can still make out the powder.
Inspector Legrand got that pipe, though. He got that pipe. Right now I can compare the two bullets.
All right.
Oh, ballistic testing? Because this one can't move. What on earth is this? I'm guessing that we're doing some sort of ballistic testing. Because when you're firing a bullet, every gun muzzle is different. Just slightly different from its construction, which means that as the bullet comes out, it gets unique scratches on the side of the bullet. And so that's what we're looking at here to see whether the scratches on this gun match the scratches on the other gun. Oh, thank you for following, Cry. Love you. Thank you for the follow. I don't think these are the same gun. The bullets don't match. Either that or there's a puzzle. There are these notches here, so I'm guessing. I'm trying to get all three of them lined up. I'm sure as soon as I get it done properly, that it'll let me know. Maybe this is the line. Let's try this one. I'm just going to go around and try to line things up with this one here. And just keep rotating it.
That's the proof. Whoever shot the Baroness also fired the shot in the cargo hold. What could that mean?
I don't know. I don't even know how you came to the conclusion that it's the same bullet, that it came from the same thing. The bullets don't really match that well. They look different. They should have, like, similar ballistic testing, and I guess there's some, but... Alright, now what do I do with that information? Okay, so what next? Should I give the rock? Should I give the rocks back to Matt as well? I feel like that's something I should be doing. Because why did I give the slingshot back but didn't give him any ammo? Okay. Were those lined up? I don't know. They were about as lined up as drunks in a queue. In my opinion. Like a pool stick made of rubber. I could talk to Lady Westmacott too, but... Okay, so won't let me give the rocks back. So I'll go back up and talk to Lady Westmacott, maybe. Surely she could have some insights about what we're going to be doing. What we need to do, and whatnot. Bye, Monkey Butler.
I shouldn't bother her until I have some news. Her
I mean,
mind is still razor sharp, and I'll need it to crack this case. I don't want to blunt it by using it too often. Legrand will attend. I won't. Mr. Kreutzer clearly feels uneasy. But does Legrand actually think he's the Raven?
Like, I don't know. I'm gonna go this way. I would guess that I need to still do some things down in the cargo hold. I need to get a sample of... I need to get a sample of the Baroness's,
Dr. Gebhardt locked the door, and until I have good reason, I won't wake him up. Something tells me that he wouldn't be amused.
Why is he sleeping with the corpse? Like, in the same room. I wouldn't be able to sleep in the same room that I knew a corpse was in. No. No, 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 no. Now, is there something... Now, let's see. So I've gotten almost everything.
I can't put the pillowcase under the microscope, but
why
I don't
not?
need to. The burn marks are visible to the naked eye.
I guess that's true. I can't look at the audio tape reel under there, and I don't see... I don't see something that can, like...
All right, what have we got here?
Necrophilia. Oh.
Good Lord.
I think what I need is...
A small glass bowl for mixing chemicals.
Oh no, are we going to have a chemical mixing?
What's this? Oh, how practical.
Cocaine!
A hermetically sealed cotton swab for collecting samples. I'll take it. I'm sure Legrand could work magic in this alchemist lab. Me, I'm just awestruck.
And there's the one for his hand. It's like I bring my hand to it, like, yay, I'm holding hands with Inspector Legrand.
Fingerprints are overrated. Smart thieves wear gloves, or they make sure that there are too many fingerprints at the crime scene to check them all.
Do you think Legrand calls his penis Little Grand?
Half of the tools in this box will be interesting for an archaeologist as well. Actually, forensics and archaeology are really quite similar to each other. The goal is to find out what happened, whether a few hours ago or a few centuries ago. Good Lord. Good Lord. Good Lord. Good Lord. Good Lord. Good Lord.
Wow. Jesus loves chemicals. Good Lord. Good Lord. Just like Jesus comes from, yes.
Good Lord. Good Lord. Good Lord. Good Lord.
I don't think he has anything pertinent to say about the chemicals.
Good Lord.
I'm breathing in the chemicals. Good Lord. Ooh, the drawer.
Aha! This is some kind of inventory list. For each chemical, it lists the chemical composition and a short comment on how to use it. And here's a list of the most important procedures. Fingerprints, gunshot residue, blood. I don't have to analyze the pillow and feathers to determine whether there's gunshot residue. I can smell it. And I don't have any other clues at the moment. The booklet will be useful once I have something to analyze.
Okay, I don't want to finish investigation, but I'm gonna go get some blood samples. Blood samples, blood. He's gonna get in trouble. Oh, never mind. I thought that due to the camera angle that it was the start. Due to the camera angle, I thought that maybe, like, Inspector Legrand was going to be coming downstairs and I'd get a what for. I don't know, but that's a dumb name for his penis. But his name is Legrand. I don't know, what would be a good name? I'm not an expert at naming things decent names. 'Cause I mean, after all, my right tit is named George. Take a specimen. Mary had a little lamb whose fleece as white as snow. Mary had a little...
That should be enough.
No, you put that back down there. Mary had a little lamb whose fleece was white as snow. That's as long as you're supposed to do it. Mary had a little lamb whose fleece is white as snow. Since he's Legrand, he'd better name it Le Petit. I don't know. Yeah, that is better. I didn't know the name for, like, Legrand. But I don't know. Would a man want to call his own Schmeat Petit? Don't know about that one. Go back to the desk. Examine the forensics box. Watch him kind of stumble around behind the desk there.
Wasn't there something about blood samples? Fingerprints, gunshot residue, blood.
Blood!
It explains how to confirm that something is blood. That's a start. You have to mix luminol and a hydrogen peroxide solution and then drip or spray the mixture on the blood. The solution turns blue and glows even if there's
How
just
does
a
he not
very
know
small
this?
amount of blood. Okay then. Luminol and hydrogen peroxide.
I guess since it's the 50s. Le Petit Grand. Combine the two. Le Petit Grand. And then his balls could be du petit. Right? Because it's on du toi, right? 1, 2, 3, on du toi.
A small glass bowl for mixing chemicals. Aha! Luminol.
Where's hydrogen peroxide? Oh,
And there's the hydrogen
it's clear, so
peroxide.
that has to
I
be
mix it
the
with the luminol
hydrogen
in the bowl.
peroxide.
Okay. I can detect blood with this mixture. The clear solution turns blue if it comes into contact with blood.
Do I just put this directly?
I think it's better to drip the solution on the swab instead of dipping the swab into the solution.
Right.
Maybe oxygen is an issue, or it doesn't work if you use too much of the solution.
All right. Grab the
Okay,
pipette.
I'm filling the pipette and putting it down very carefully.
Okay. Just use turkey baster like the rest of us, you pretentious. No, I'm kidding.
The cotton picked up traces of blood from the barren.
Okay, trying to do this right.
So let's see what
I was
we have here.
using the wrong clicker.
No blood. Not the slightest reaction. If I didn't make a mistake, and it wasn't that difficult, then the spot on the Baroness's bed isn't really blood. But if it isn't blood, what is it? And more importantly, why didn't Dr. Gebhardt notice anything? He was supposed to have examined everything. I'd say it's time to visit the medical center.
It'd be weird if the Baroness wasn't. Oh, wow. The chat just like exploded. Okay, I just got word of head pats, ladies and gentlemen. Does she remember the hotkey? No. 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 There we are. Here we are. Yay. Now, welcome to the stream, Ducky Duck. Sorry for the delay. OBS did not respond in my favor, or in any of us' favor, really. I got fake blood. I wonder if the Baroness is actually alive. That would be something. If the and she's just being held hostage, drugged in there? Because did anyone actually double check?
It's impossible that Dr. Gebhardt could have shot the Baroness. He was with me when the gunshot ran out. But he must have noticed that the Baroness was lying in a pool of fake blood. Maybe he's covering for someone. Let's find out.
Well, I'm glad we didn't have to do the puzzle again.
It's probably for emergencies, in case a passenger falls down and can't walk anymore. Possibly due to rough seas, or maybe the captain's well-stocked bar.
I don't know whether I finished my sentence or just like repeated the first half several times. What if he's wanting to hold the Baroness hostage and so she's drugged, but he's convinced everyone that she's dead? Yeah, let me just search the cupboard first before I uncover this dead body.
The trash bin is in here. Right. Paper towels, plastic packaging, cartons, and... hold on.
Is that a half-eaten apple? Mine!
What's this? A burst rubber glove. It's knotted, and there's a red liquid all over the inside that looks like blood. I bet good money that it's the same fake blood
What
I
if he
found in
wanted...
the Baroness's cabin.
What if he wanted... What if it's the real blood? What if he wanted to kill her, but make it look like she was already dead? Creating a fake crime scene when in reality he killed her on the table. Here. By cutting her open and doing the autopsy. That would be fascinating. That would be a fascinating murder. Not to watch, but just like the concept.
Interesting. The reel in the Baroness's cabin is from the same company. A microphone was plugged into the tape recorder. Maybe Dr. Gebhardt records the results of his examinations and writes them down later.
So it's not going to let me actually look at the body. But I have the glove.
The sink looks like it's been cleaned recently. I can't say whether it was cleaned to comply with the hygiene regulations or whether there was another reason.
I have a tape and a recorder. Oh, well, I can't use that.
The player is rather basic. Simple, sturdy, practical. The player is...
Right, simple, sturdy, practical. Can interact with it with my tape. Alright, what else can I interact with in here? Oh. Examine the rubber gloves.
Dr. Gebhardt will have trouble explaining how rubber gloves full of fake blood got into his trash bin. First, the fake blood he missed in the Baroness's cabin, and now this. It doesn't look good for you, Doctor.
Can I take them with me? Because I have to double check. How else are we gonna know whether it actually is the fake blood, or whether he just used, like, because if you create a fake crime scene, you create a fake, like, time of death, which is very important in figuring out alibis. And on top of that, he technically would have an alibi because the time period in which he's killing her is the time period, like, people will just think that he's doing the autopsy when in reality he's killing her. Won't let me take the glove with me. Do I have the... I don't have the little thing with me. I don't know if I can leave with it.
Time to pay Legrand a visit. No. No, don't.
Ah! So he was the murderer. That was chapter 1. Secret solved. I got 1,600 points. I used the hint function. That is fascinating. Said with the brightest of smiles. Sometimes I'm scared more by Dandy than by whatever is on stream. The puzzle aspect of it is just amazing. It's like, oh damn, that was only chapter 1. Yep. I don't know how many chapters that this would have. I did. Dang, those drugs you gave me.
Why couldn't you just leave it be?
I needed your drugs.
Let me go. Why are you doing this to me?
Why are you doing this to me?
You and the Baroness. Dr. Gebhardt, I don't know.
This must be how she died.
Don't you understand?
Whoa,
what
hi.
to do? You don't have to. It is almost over. You won't feel a thing. I am sorry you have to see all this. I should have used more chloroform.
Oh.
I have to distract him. Chloroform? I had it in my bag, just in case. You were supposed to be asleep. I am not a monster, you know?
Right.
I have nothing against you. Nothing at all.
The thing is that
What can I do? You forced my hand.
murder, in my opinion, is the most emotional maturity deficient action that you can take. It means that you're trying to avoid your responsibilities or trying to get something that maybe you weren't meant to have, or maybe you should have taken responsibility for your actions. Like husbands often kill their wives when the wife wants a divorce out of like not wanting to split the assets, not wanting to accept new realities, and not wanting things to change.
Keep talking.
And I think that that is incredibly immature.
Why?
Why?
Why did the Baroness have to snoop around? Why did you have to snoop around?
Snoop around?
That bluff there. You want to plant evidence on me, yeah? I left no evidence. There is no trail. And yet you can't just leave me in peace, can you? On and on. And what next? Heart failure happens a lot at your age, especially given your background.
At least I'm not getting
I'm
autopsied.
still considering whether I should throw you overboard. Don't leave evidence. No evidence. But what if I'm seen? My plan was perfect. And then you ruined everything.
For the evil doctor.
On and on.
Oh, I'm supposed to be working on my escape.
On and on.
Okay. Okay, I probably need to like... Come on! I believe in you!
A pair of scissors.
Don't say that out loud. Oh, my chat just went black. Okay. I have scissors now. What about the other ones? Right, like I'm gonna be able to fight him like this. As I thought. Whoops. No. Fuck you, Doctor.
Easy, Mr. Zellner. You will only hurt yourself. Shall we begin?
No, no, no. No. No.
No.
I fucked up somewhere. I think this is a death. Yep. Where's my... What can I click on? What can I do?
Take it easy, Mr.
What?
Shall we begin? I will.
Nice.
Are you
I've been drugged, y'all. Kick him in the balls. I'm not sure that...
Thanks.
A wet towel works miracles. I told you so.
Wet towel.
With it then. What were you doing down there?
Inspector, at least let the constable recover his breath.
He almost killed himself.
Me? No. Dr. Gebhardt would have taken care of that for me. Where is he?
Gebhardt is vanished without a trace. We're searching the ship from top to bottom.
One at a time. Tell me, Zellner, what did you find out?
Dr. Gebhardt killed Baroness von Trebitz.
Impossible.
Do you have proof?
Besides the fact that he wanted to kill me,
But wasn't the doctor with you when the shot was fired?
the gunshot was just a distraction. It wasn't the shot that killed the Baroness.
But how?
The shot that we heard was a recording. The Baroness had a tape recorder and good speakers in her
Oh, okay.
cab. Good enough to make the noise
I
audible
guess.
on the upper deck.
Is that just your suspicion, or do you have proof?
No, but it was possible.
I don't have proof.
Good. Anything could have happened.
Don't be like that, Inspector.
All right.
Inspector Legrand.
Let's pretend you're onto something. The shot we heard was just a recording. What happened next?
We
The
all
Baroness.
ran to the Baroness's cabin. She lay comatose in a pool of blood. Dr. Gebhardt pushed past you so that you couldn't get too close to the Baroness. He examined her and pronounced her dead. There was no reason for us to doubt him. The shot, the blood, the Baroness lying there lifelessly. But she was only unconscious, knocked out by the chloral hydrate that the doctor had poured into her glass shortly before.
The doctor had a glass in his hand when you came in.
He wanted to remove the evidence, but you gave me the glass instead, Captain DeConti, and unintentionally knocked me out as well.
I was right.
And the Baroness is certainly dead enough, isn't she?
Then who did shoot her? And when?
I don't know whether she was shot at all.
As I already said, it was Dr. Gebhardt. He had the sleeping Baroness brought to the medical center, where he had all the time in the world to shoot her.
A fine theory, but unfortunately incorrect. I examined the Baroness before she was taken away. She had a bullet wound in her chest.
Besides which, she was already cold when we brought her to the medical center.
All the same, it's worth considering the possibility. The doctor was alone in the cabin for a while. When the alarm went off, it was deafening. I couldn't even hear myself.
And I found a pillow with burn marks. Could have been used to muffle a gunshot.
And the blood?
The blood wasn't real. Dr. Gebhardt mixed up a liquid that looked like fresh blood to the casual observer.
Oh, my chat
but
went
the
away
liquid
again.
Remained red instead of becoming darker and browner from exposure to the air. That meant he had to clean the body and get rid of the bedding.
But the blood was already there when we first entered the cabin.
Dr. Gebhardt was in the Baroness's cabin before the murder. He hid a surgical glove full of the red liquid under her sheet. The Baroness, dead tired, fell onto her bed, the glove burst, and the blood spread across the bed. I found the burst glove in the medical center.
But why did he do it? What was his motive?
Inspector?
Inspector's eyes are just so bloodshot. I don't know if it's...
The Baroness was...
What's your...
Isn't black...
It's worth...
I can only speculate. The Baroness spent the day rummaging through her old family photos.
No, no, no.
Do you have anything to contribute, Constable?
Confession, sir. Dr. Gebhardt was the Raven. It's all here. He admits to everything.
He is not.
It says, do you still remember, my dear Nico? The streets were wet with rain and the scent of roasted barley.
No, I don't think he's the Raven.
The dog barked until your shot struck down the innocent one. After that silence, not a single sound except for my soft steps fading on the wet cobblestones. They made a hero of you, and I at last found peace. At least until the urge returned. Some of us are not made for retirement, my friend. I thought they would assign this case to you, and that thought pleased me. We'd finally find out who was truly the better man. And it pains me now to have to admit that you and your little gumshoe got the better of me. You drove me into a corner, forced me to make mistakes. I congratulate you on your triumph, but no one will confine the Raven to a cage. There is but one way out, and that is by my own hand. Farewell, Raven Hunter R.
Inspector Legrand.
He kind of had like a little bit of a sachet when he was walking away. Oh, and chat's back. I don't know whether you noticed, but it's back. I see you.
Inspector?
I see you.
I told them all over and over again, but no one would listen.
You think that Dr. Gebhardt was really the Raven?
The things Gebhardt describes in his letter aren't part of any police report. Only someone who was there would know them.
Couldn't there have been others involved? One of the police, for instance. What if one of them changed sides?
Why is it so hard for you to accept the simple truth? There was never a new Raven. There was only ever the old one. And that was Dr. Gebhardt.
The modus operandi doesn't match. The Raven was not a killer.
Legends are rarely what they seem to be, Constable Zellman.
Then who was the man who was killed back then?
William Jackson, a petty thief, committed some burglaries together with his brother. Talented, but not world-class.
And they thought he was the Raven.
Some people thought it was part of his disguise. If you're a debonair master thief, what better disguise than pretending to be a common crook? From time to time you let them catch you pulling small jobs, and no one ever imagines you're capable of a major heist.
But you didn't believe it.
I had
This seems like a strange thing to say.
Everyone congratulated me, and those doubts were pushed aside. It was like being caught in a storm. But eventually the storm passed, and my doubts were still there.
But not this time? No doubts telling you that Gebhardt isn't our man?
It must be him.
What about the handwriting, the wording? Does the farewell letter match the Raven's other letters?
Yes, it's his handwriting, his words. I've read all the Raven's letters, all of them, over and over again.
I never thought it was possible. A resurrected Raven.
The Raven was
Handwriting,
never dead.
as far as I know, is very
I shot
difficult.
the wrong man.
But that man had the stolen goods, didn't he? So he must have been in league with the Raven. One could hardly call him innocent. Where do we go from here?
We deliver the eye and then I'll contact Paris. A task force will compare all of Gephardt's known residences with the Raven's activity.
And if there are any inconsistencies?
You're welcome to keep an eye on the safe if you can't let it go. The ship will remain in Cairo for 1 day. That's all the time you'll have to catch your own Raven. I already have mine.
Aw. Goodbye, Inspector Legrand. Have a good time in Paris without me. I don't get to go to the City of Love with Inspector Legrand and his little petite. So,
Ah, you're one of Legrand's men, aren't you?
Legrand.
My name is Anton Jakob Zellner.
You've come just in time. Grace, my dachshund, is missing.
There may be more important matters for me to attend to, Mr.
Director Abbas Mokhtar.
Mokhtar.
And Grace isn't just a common dog. She's a purebred German dachshund, a champion.
High-class wiener.
So, the exhibition will still
His mini
open
detective
tonight.
will be
Of
missed.
course. Everything has been arranged. The final preparations are almost complete.
But
Nice.
one of the two exhibits won't be there.
A terrible loss, a tragedy.
Tragedy.
Irreplaceable Egyptian cultural treasure has been stolen for the second time.
The second time?
What? Did you really believe that the Eye of the Sphinx was found lying on the banks of the Thames?
I don't like how the subtitles are like lined right up with Zelda's crotch. I have to read the... I don't want to get an eyeful as I'm trying to read the text.
Inspector Legrand, Professor Lucien, and Constable Oliver are overseeing the transportation of the safe. They should be here at any moment. I'll have a look around in the meantime.
Do you think that's necessary? The Raven is dead, after all.
If you mean Dr. Gebhardt, his body was never recovered. Nor the stolen
He
eye
might
of
have
the
sto-
Sphinx, for that matter.
It does us a great honor that the inspector is concerned about us. But we have everything under control.
Legrand isn't as concerned as he should be. But I am. Is the museum closed?
Yes. Only carefully selected guests may enter the museum during preparations for the gala. And of course, you're one of them, Mr. Constable.
What can you tell
Mr.
me
Constable,
about
I
the
just
museum's
said my
security
name.
System?
One of the best on the market. And the second eye will still be exhibited in our special treasure chamber, which is extra secure.
Treasure chamber?
See for yourself, to the right of the entrance. The eye is as safe as the British Crown jewels.
I think I'll have a look around the museum.
Please do. There's a lot to see. And you let me know if you see Grace, won't you? I hope we find her before the great inspector arrives.
It's gone, is it? I don't know.
How he solved the murder on the ship.
I wonder where,
Of course. It's in all the newspapers. The murder of the wealthy Baroness von Trebitz, and how the great Inspector Legrand identified the murderer
I
in
did
just
it.
1 day. It's the stuff legends are made of. You should count yourself lucky to have the chance to learn from him.
bitch.
What exactly do the newspapers say?
Everything. It's fantastic. Someone on board must have informed the press immediately. Of course, it's a great advertising for us. The reporters will queue up tonight.
And it was reported that Legrand found the murderer.
Of course. Who else?
Well, I wasn't exactly uninvolved.
Of course. Legrand surely has assistants, but honor to he who deserves to be honored, right?
Well then.
Be seeing you, Constable.
I've been robbed.
Grace! Here, Gracie. My sweetheart. Where are you?
Oh, Mr. Inch.
What are you
Mr.
still doing here?
Inch. There you are. I am so sorry. Baroness von Trebitz.
The
was
butler is
so
like,
kind.
help me.
She did so much for the museum.
Bad touch.
As
Bad
you say,
touch.
And you? Are you leaving so soon?
I'd like to go back to my hotel. These last days have been such a strain.
First, you sneak into the museum without greeting me, and then you want to leave just
The
as
poor
quickly?
man.
I didn't
The
want
poor
to
man is
disturb
named
you,
Mr.
and
Inch.
we'll have time
He's
enough
named after
tonight.
his penis.
Yes, you simply must come tonight. I wanted to present Baroness von Trebitz with a medal. Now you'll have to accept it.
Of course, if you insist, sir.
The Baroness paid for all this. Without her, there wouldn't have been an exhibition or a gala.
She was very generous.
Yes, she was.
Passed down to the inch line for generations. Micro
Constable
penises.
Zellner, I want to thank you again for all you've done. You saved me, you could say.
My pleasure. See you tonight.
How did I save him? Keeping him from getting the blame for the Baroness's murder? Let's see. Hello, Miss Miller.
Miss Miller, I'm glad to see you here.
Oh, Constable Zellner. I heard what happened to you on board. Awful. Truly awful.
All's well that ends well. You are waiting for Professor Lucien?
I almost died, but all's well that ends well.
Tomorrow you'll be sailing down the Nile, if I heard correctly.
That's right. I'm sure it will be an amazing experience.
But
An amazing
you don't seem to be
experience.
very excited.
Oh, but I am. It's very generous of Lady Westmacott to invite me, and especially Maddie. He'll learn a lot.
But
Well, Professor Lucien offered to join us.
then Matt will learn even more. And I'm sure it won't be unpleasant for you either.
No, I just don't know how Maddie would react if Edgar came with us.
I understand. I could test the water to see how he'd feel about it.
Would you do that? Oh, thank you, Constable Zellner.
Were you able to find out why Professor Lucien left the forecastle so suddenly last night?
No, not really. We only had a brief conversation. He was still very nervous.
He was like that on the train as well. Seems to be typical of him.
It must be something to do with the burglary at the museum. It really affected him. But he told me not to worry about anything. He said, soon this would all be over.
Really? How did he mean that?
Oh, I didn't ask him, Constable.
Are there other passengers from the ship here?
Oh, yes, we arrived as a group. David Kreutzer, the violinist, was with us. So were Miss Myers and Mr. Inch. He seems to have gotten over the death of the Baroness pretty quickly. He seems positively relaxed.
I've met him. He looks on the bright side of life, so to speak. Where is Mr. Kreutzer?
He's over in the treasure chamber. Maddie is downstairs in the main hall. I'm afraid I'll hear the sound of something priceless shattering any second.
Matt will be careful, Miss Miller. I'll continue my tour of the museum.
Oh, yes, there's so much to see.
I wonder if you break something in the museum, do you have to pay for it?
Locked. The door is closed.
Do you have to pay for it, or does it just like...
That makes sense.
Only
Though I
if
would
it was, like,
expect
malicious.
the guard room to be occupied all the time, especially on a day like today.
Okay. Go to the rear area. Don't mind if I do. Oh, so he is an actual violinist. I thought his hands were too shaky for that. Do I want to talk to him? Or do I want to examine the garbage? I think I'll examine the garbage.
I can't read what it says, but the cover features a dashing picture of Legrand.
Let
it
me
shows
see.
An energetic young man photographed from beneath, against the sky. That's the look of a man who can catch a thief and murderer in a single day. Ancient Egyptian jewelry.
And
I like that
all
golden
my
signet
soul
ring with a scarab made of jasper.
so
In ancient
weary.
Egypt, these beetles were regarded as symbols of fertility. Nowadays, we just call them dung beetles. I suppose the beetles don't really care.
Scarabs, dung beetle. Wait, so the dung beetle just whirls around a big ball of shit, and ancient Egyptians were like staring at that and going, yeah. That bug fucks. That bug gets all the bitches.
Mr. Kreutzer will provide the background music tonight at the opening. Does he have anything else on his agenda? How are the acoustics, Mr. Kreutzer?
Average. I wouldn't have expected anything else from a big stone cavern.
How does it feel to have been accused of murder and to escape by the skin of your teeth? The whole thing could have had a bad ending for you. You didn't have an alibi. It was your gun.
I must admit that I can imagine better ways to spend my time than being roughed up by Inspector Legrand. Your snooping
That's your
actually paid
opinion.
off for me this time. Did you ever suspect me?
Of murder? No. I think you're too intelligent to shoot someone with your own gun without arranging an alibi for the time of the crime. It seems like a lot of the passengers from the ship are here this morning.
Nearly all of them. I had a brief conversation with the Baroness's butler. Between you and I, he seems quite happy to be rid of the old battleship.
Mr. Kreutzer.
Young Miss Mayers was here as well. Unfortunately, it seems like she's already disappeared again.
Forget it. She's engaged.
And the old witch with her caretaker and her brat are also here.
What do you have against Lady Westmacott?
The lady is more callous than the Queen of the Night. She chased her own son away, ice cold. I met him briefly. Flew to America because he couldn't stand her anymore.
Did any of the guests behave suspiciously? Was anyone unusually interested in the treasure chamber or the security system?
I couldn't say. I'm here to check the acoustics and then I'll come back for the gala tonight. I'm not interested in your detective games.
I say. Don't. Oh. Alright, hydrate. Once again, I receive nectar from an invisible bird. Alright, bird. Vomit into my mouth. And stretch. Time to hide.
The newspaper this morning is full of reports about the events on board.
I left them just
I've
like
seen
sitting
them.
there.
Someone must have informed the press directly from the ship. He probably got a pile of money for the story, don't you think?
Oh, dang it.
And again, they want to ruin my reputation. But no, Constable, it wasn't me. I didn't even consider it. And whoever did it was a bungler.
Why?
The story is in all the papers. You get more money if you sell the dirt to just one paper, as an exclusive.
Who do you think it was?
The young guy? The stowaway?
The captain didn't press charges and let him go this morning. But up until then, he was in the cell the whole time.
Perhaps Miss Mayers. Maybe she wants to become an actress and needs a bit of publicity.
Whoever it was, they wanted to make sure that the story spread, and they weren't after money. So, what were they after? Well, I'm looking forward to the concert.
If the Raven was fake, then they would want the story to spread so that they didn't have suspicion. If all the newspapers say that the Raven was caught and solved a murder in one day, like that would be what I would do. I have a question. Is the fez an actual thing the guards wear in Egypt? Or were they like, what is the most cliche thing that we can put on that dude's head?
Well-trained guards are usually the best security system, although they didn't manage to stop the Raven in London.
There's Anubis here.
That must be the treasure chamber where the Eye of the Sphinx is due to be exhibited. The display case is already prepared. The gala will be crawling with guards tonight. The local police might also send some reinforcements.
I'm not allowed to speak with the guard, huh?
No, sir.
I'm from the Swiss police. I want to check the security arrangements.
No one may enter the treasure chamber before the delivery has arrived.
I don't know enough about accents, but that felt kind of stereotypical. That accent. I'm not white enough. I'm too white to confirm, but like, I was like, is that accent? Let's just say that. Ooh. Do. Lots of things to examine, possibly. Examine the showcase. Oh, this music kind of slaps.
I've heard of this. Desert glass. In the great sand sea of the Libyan desert, there's a region where natural glass is found. Nobody knows how it formed.
Heat.
The valuable material was often used for jewelry in ancient Egypt.
Like, I would assume that sometimes it gets so hot that... Like, that it gets so hot that that's what happens. Like, no idea how popular the fez actually is, or how official or whatever. Like, I think at this point, like, it's a very cultural... I don't remember what culture it's for. Maybe it is for Egypt, but... I don't know. I only know that in Doctor Who, what is it, the 13th Doctor?
The only pharaoh
The one by
whose
Matt
portrait
Smith.
I always recognize. He has a very unusual head.
Back when I had family members that liked Doctor Who, that's the only thing that I remember. I never could get into
Several
it.
in a row. The shapes and patterns look timeless, elegant.
What on earth would a thief do with all this, like, stolen items?
Aha! This shows how the ancient Egyptians were able to move the heavy blocks of stone to build their pyramids and temples. They used ropes, wooden sleds, and poles as levers.
Examine the daggers. I'm just gonna start doing some scanning from one side to the other. I think everything here is stuff that I've already looked at. I thought there was something over here, but no. I guess I'll see if I can get closer to this statue here.
Akhenaten was the husband of Nefertiti and the father of
Hee.
Tutankhamen, a famous family. But he went down in history as the pharaoh who wanted to eliminate the old gods and replace them with a single god. The priests took offense, and he died of unknown causes.
Unknown causes, quote unquote. That's a fun way to word. He was probably poisoned. Creating an opinion that is so unliked that you get zonked. Can I go this way? No. I'll go back up to the main hall and then go to the main hall. That's the main hall? I thought I went to the back. Oh, this is the back.
I can't tell whether Miss Miller and Professor Lucien will be happy together. I hope so, though.
Now what? Where did they say Maddie was? 'Cause I know I need to... There doesn't seem to be anything left for me to do in the museum. So maybe I'm supposed to go outside. 11th Doctor, feathers are cool. Oh, okay.
It seems like Anton Jakob Zellner will never manage to get on the front page. The museum director and the rest of the world think that Legrand is the one who put a stop to Dr. Gebhardt. I'll stay here until Legrand and the others arrive. I can use the time to take a look around.
Okay. I'll look around. I'll bite. I mean, I did lots of looking around already. But yeah, I could never get into Doctor Who because the things that, like, I love time travel. It's one of my favorite genres. But the thing that I love about time travel is the way different eras and their cultures interact with each other. I don't much care for all that, like, time paradoxes and stuff like that. That part I don't find very interesting. And Doctor Who tends to completely focus on, like, time paradoxes and intergalactic stuff. And it's much more of a science fiction sci-fi thing. And then they have the TARDIS almost completely fill in the blank. So there's no interaction with the various, like, era displacements that happen.
Kreutzer would be the perfect. On the other hand, the best thieves are people that no one would ever suspect. The uninteresting, the meek, the ones who are always overlooked.
Every so often now I'm paranoid about my chat. So I keep on, like, opening and, like, resizing my chat so it'll jumpstart because I don't want to miss anything. Not a word. Okay. And my inventory is empty. No surprise. We'll go to front area. I'm gonna go back to the main hall. I guess. So my hooks are... I can't go in that other room. Maybe talk to Matt about... Oh, there's Lady Westmacott now. Good. I have someone to talk to. Yay. And someone to spike the theories off.
Thousands of years old and still beautiful.
That it is. They dug it out of the sand near Thebes over 50 years ago. I was there.
Really?
I met my husband there. He was an assistant on the dig and was ordered by the director of the excavation to take care of that writer. I financed many excavations in the following years, here in Egypt and in the Near East. I visited my husband, together with our son. It was the best time of my life. But a museum is no place for nostalgia. What can I do for you?
You've had a long and successful life, Lady Westmacott.
What's that supposed to mean, Mr. Zellner? That I should be ready to leave the stage? Because I'm not.
Oh, I didn't want to.
I'm here because life is here, Constable. Or was. I have never lived as much as I have here. No fame, no money can buy that.
I understand.
I'm sorry, Constable Zellner. Such an outburst isn't fitting for a woman of my age. And an English woman at that. Let's talk about something else.
I mean, you're allowed to have your outburst as much as you want. Letting yourself process emotions is important and healthy. You know? You gotta just let it out sometimes.
Your son. You haven't said much about him. Or perhaps you did. Just not by name.
You're an attentive listener, Mr. Zellner.
I was wondering why you knew so much about Miss Miller's unhappy marriage.
I stopped paying his bar tabs. Stopped paying reporters.
Oh,
things up.
Miss...
He got to know her and went with her to America to start a new life. You can change your name.
Her son
easily,
is Miss Miller's
but not who you really
ex-husband.
are. He has my eyes, doesn't he?
The Part 2 novel is for him, isn't it?
If I couldn't provide Matthew with a good father, then at least I can provide him with a good start in life.
Oh my gosh. Lady Westmacott's son is Miss Miller's arsehole ex-husband. That really ties it together, and like, that proves Lady Westmacott is so kind, you know? To take in the ex-wife of her son and pay for I guess, like, yeah, to pay for the grandson. Museum is no place for... It's entirely about the past. How else does nostalgia work? I guess so. But I guess for... Like, it's no place for, like, an outburst of, like, other stuff. Where it's supposed to be, like... I think she's viewing it the same way that you would think about a library, you know? Like, it's a place to be quiet, and we're supposed to appreciate the art and stuff like that. And not like, she would be crying. Unless you were crying because I just love Michelangelo. I just love Michelangelo. I love how all of his paintings of women look like men with lemons taped to their front. I just love lemons. Michelangelo does make some beautiful paintings, but women ain't one of them.
When I was working on the ship, I felt like one of the detectives in your novels.
You were lucky. It was an unusual murder. Most murders happen in the heat of the moment or are committed by idiots. They're uninspired.
That's true.
Thought it through. He could have succeeded.
I don't know. He made too many mistakes.
He couldn't have known that the Baroness, almost unconscious from the drugs, would lock her cabin door.
But that was a risk. The plan was too complicated and sloppily executed.
You certainly are a harsh critic, Mr. Zellner.
He could have shot her on the side deck and thrown the weapon into the sea. With no witnesses, no one would have suspected him.
How boring.
Or if it had to be a complicated plan, then he should have worked more carefully. Should have thought of everything, had a plan B in place.
Maybe he didn't have enough time. He had only a few hours to plan and commit the murder.
Still, he should have covered his tracks more carefully. The audio tape, the bloody glove, none of that should have stayed in the medical center.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. What? Where is this? Evidence he's never touched a single boob? Oh, okay, the Michelangelo thing. I like my women with fruit tibbies. Fruit tibbies.
Do you think that
I like
Dr.
that word,
Gebhardt
Tibby's.
was the Raven?
Was? Do you
That's a
think he
fun
said-
way to
The
say
letter
it.
sounded like he committed suicide.
There's your answer. Does that sound like the Raven? Being unmasked? Taking the easy way out?
My sentiments exactly. The Raven wouldn't commit murder, get caught, and then jump into the sea.
You don't want everything to be over, do you?
It's my chance to do something great. It can't be over yet.
At least you solved the murder of the Baroness. You're a hero.
That's not how the newspapers see it. Nor I. Something's missing. I can achieve more.
Careful, Constable. He who flies too close to the sun.
Is that the myth of Icarus?
To be honest, no. The story is Greek, and was only written down 1,000 years later. I was counting on the dramatic effect.
Oh, worked well enough. Let's assume that the thief is still out there. Who is he?
If all this were a novel, then it would be the one you least expect.
Is that intended to be a confession, Lady Westmacott?
What do we know about the new Raven?
He's a man who would stop at nothing.
Must it be a man? And how do we know that it's just one person? There could be several people collectively pretending to be the Raven.
So, we don't know anything.
That's not completely true. We know that he or she wants the Eye of the Sphinx, and will probably strike here, assuming he or she hasn't already gone.
It may be the end of the story for me, Lady Westmacott. Inspector Legrand will arrive soon and send me to the hotel. I'll return tonight for the gala, hoping all the while that the Raven does dare to attempt a burglary. Tomorrow morning, I'll have to return to Switzerland. What an unsatisfactory ending that would be.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be a triumphant ending, but it could be worse. At least you'd still be alive, Constable.
Will you attend the gala tonight, Lady Westmacott?
But of course, the antiquities, the delightful atmosphere, and who
The
knows,
hors d'oeuvres.
Perhaps there will be another spectacular burglary.
And your cruise?
The ship doesn't leave until tomorrow, and believe me, I'd cancel the cruise for this.
As always, it was an entertaining and enlightening chat, Lady Westmacott.
I'm going to miss our little chats, Constable Zellner. Goodbye.
I mean, it is the age of the telephone. You can exchange numbers. What's up, Matt? How you
Ahoy,
doing?
Matt.
The statue was talking.
The statue was talking?
Yes.
And what did it say?
It said it was...
That's a very bad word.
I know.
And an English one. Don't you think it's odd that an old Egyptian statue speaks English?
Don't you think it's odd that a statue speaks at all?
That would have been my next question. And, is the statue talking to you right now?
Do you think I'm nuts?
No, of course not. I just thought you might have much better ears than me. Ears that can hear statues.
Some cop you are, Mr. Zellner. This is a mystery, and you're just making jokes.
You're right. It's just...
Don't you believe me?
Oh. Chat went poop for a second. Every so often, my chat keeps on like turning black, and so I'm having to minimize and then reopen it.
We both agree that a stone statue without a mouth or vocal cords cannot speak, right?
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Okay, that means you heard something else, and we have to find out what or who it was.
Roger.
I'm almost a bit envious of you. Going up the Nile on a ship, it must be great.
Yeah, I guess.
You don't sound so keen.
I think my mom wants the professor to come too.
And you don't? You can't tell me.
What if Mom marries the professor and doesn't work with the lady anymore? We'd have to move to London, and I'd have to go to a new school.
That's a hard question. It's important.
You like your life as it is, and you don't want to change a thing, right? But have you ever thought about whether your mother is happy? The world doesn't revolve around you, you know. If you're unhappy, You have to do something. Sometimes you have to take a chance. And in that case, you need all the help you can get.
Do you mean Mom isn't happy?
I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah.
This
I don't know if I made the right choice.
Then I'll finally have time for you.
We wanted to head back to the hotel.
Certainly. And tonight at the gala, I'll show you around the museum, okay? And have you made up your mind about the cruise?
Well, I don't really know.
Oh, come on, Mom. Who could teach us more about
Oh.
nature than the professor?
Then it's settled.
I hope I made the right choice, but I'm really happy for them.
I didn't expect you to say that.
Well, Mom, sometimes you have to take a chance.
Well, who wants ice cream?
Me! Actually, Mr. Zellner still owes me some.
The connections we meet in life. The friends and family. Such preciousness. I want to drink it all in. You want ice cream? What flavor? Have some of your own? Thank you, adulthood. I still live with my parents right now. Oh, nobody's here. Just gonna enter the treasure chamber.
A great moment. Professor Lucien, your key, please.
Yes. Well,
Come on, Professor.
but you have to realize that...
Thank you.
Finally! But...
Professor?
I wanted to give you this. Well, after the burglary in London, I thought the Eye might not be safe on its way to Egypt. So I secretly took it when I was supposed to place it in the safe in London.
That's why he was nervous the
I felt
whole
that
time.
I should leave the jewel to someone I trusted completely. Myself.
But the jewel was safe. From London to here, no one had an opportunity to steal it.
I beg your pardon, my dear colleague. But if that were true, I wouldn't have had it.
Congratulations, Professor Lucien. You fooled everyone, it seems. The honor is yours.
Inspector Legrand sounded like deeply angry.
Shall I explain the security system to you, Inspector?
The French ambassador summoned me. I have to get in touch with him. The press is besieging the embassy, and I have to answer their questions.
But you absolutely must come tonight. The opening of the exhibition will be the highlight of the year, and you are my special guest.
I will see what I can do. Zellner, will you have a look at the security precautions? We'll see each other tonight.
Of course, but...
Wait, Inspector. I'll join you.
Well, here we are. The Inspector will answer the reporter's questions for the next few hours. And well...
I won't take up too much of your time. I'll take a look around and then go lie down so that I'm ready for tonight.
Have a bite of raisin. Chocolate chip cookie dough. One of your favorites? Mine too. Chocolate chip cookie dough slaps. Chocolate chip mint slaps. And cookies and cream. Slaps. The top 3.
What's in the other display cases?
Other valuable originals. The eyes of the Sphinx would have been the highlights of our exhibition. Now that we only have one left, it doesn't really outshine the other valuables anymore. This room is full of world-class treasures.
Lots of Egyptian stuff, but I guess that's to be expected. My chat is not working properly. So I'm sorry if I get like really delayed. Because like it seems like I don't receive any new messages until I'm like minimizing the stream. I hope I didn't mess up my OBS when I was like trying to install a new plugin. I hope not. That seems to be happening. Examine the sarcophagus. Does it have like a little...
Many people picture a stone coffin when
Is there a hot Egyptian man inside?
But this one is wooden. As usual, an ornamental representation of the deceased is painted on the outside in gold and other colors.
Oh, there's a camera.
What's that? A camera?
The latest model. It's called video surveillance.
I've heard about that. The images are recorded and can be viewed again later.
That's right. Images from all 3 cameras are recorded in the guard room.
Wow.
As I've said, we've spared no effort and no expense.
That would have had to have been very
How
expensive.
Is the display case protected?
It's made of bulletproof glass that's several centimeters thick. You'd need heavy machinery to open it, but even the smallest disturbance of the display case will set off the alarm.
Well, he said, your key, please. I thought at first he said, your giblets. Yes, right away. Just sticks his hand into his own gut. Pulls out his kidney. It's not your fault. I still feel bad about it. Like I want to be able to communicate with you guys as much and as efficiently as possible. But yeah, that explains why the professor was so nervous. He was the one with the rock. He knew what the rock was cooking. It didn't stop me from leaving.
This here, the gate. How does it work?
If the alarm is set off, the metal gate descends. The same thing happens at the windows and the main entrance. The thief is trapped like a rat.
Like a rat.
As are we.
Next, I'll show you our guard room, the heart of the whole security system. And after that, I'll have to excuse myself.
There's a raven feather.
Alert the guards. Then call the French embassy. Legrand needs to come. We're being locked out. Here, have a seat and try to calm down.
I wonder. How did he know at this point to do that? Because it's like right in between shifts. He would have had to have been watching. He would have had to have been already here.
Director Mohta? Director, how can I open the metal gate?
He shouldn't have done that.
Director.
All the artifacts in the treasure chamber. He destroyed them.
And I will bring him to justice. But first, I have to get inside. He's pale and shaking, probably in shock. Perhaps
Yeah,
I'll
that's
get something
not...
out of him in a couple of minutes.
The Raven is either not the person he thought he would be, or this person is not the Raven. Copycat with no panache. I'll enter the guard room. It must be hard to breathe.
Constable Oliver!
Don't move.
What did you do?
I didn't do anything. But I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna arrest you.
Put the pistol away.
Oh, you'd like that, wouldn't you?
Robert, be sensible.
I didn't do shit!
Is he dead?
Just unconscious. Perhaps he can tell us who knocked him out.
Excellent.
Don't act all innocent. It was you.
I was in the treasure chamber with the director. You, on the other hand, had every opportunity to take the guard out.
I found him unconscious. I wanted to open the gates.
And make it easier for the Raven to escape?
That does it. On the floor. Hands behind your head.
Why aren't you in the embassy with Inspector Legrand talking to the press?
What are you talking about? Legrand refused to do it.
What?
He told the ambassador that he'd rather walk through the desert for 40 years than give interviews for 40 minutes.
We have to open the treasure chamber's gate. I suspect there's a secret entrance.
No. We should open the main entrance and call for help.
Robert, think. The Raven is inside the museum, and so are we. We could catch him, but we have to give chase immediately. The two of us can finish it here and now.
You just want to confuse me.
Robert, I don't think you knocked this man out, but neither did I. I was with the director the entire time. Ask him.
That doesn't mean you aren't involved somehow. You could be working with the Raven.
So could you. We can suspect each other, open the exits, and offer the Raven every possible escape route. Or we can bring him to justice right here, right now.
Oh, okay. But just get this straight. I don't trust you. I'll keep an eye on you, and if you try to get away...
Understood. I'll try to open the gate to the treasure chamber now. I'd appreciate it if you'd refrain from accidentally shooting me.
No tricks, Elna. And if we don't find anything in the treasure chamber, we'll open the gate at the main entrance and call Inspector Legrand.
Of course.
Absolutely.
A monitor. Probably for viewing the security cameras. There are 5 buttons down here, 3 of them labeled. Camera 1, Camera 2, Camera 3. This should be the one in the treasure chamber. As I expected, it didn't survive the explosion. All right, how do I...
Is there another puzzle coming?
Fantastic. That's me, with the director. Now it's getting exciting. What on earth?
You damaged it.
No, I didn't. Someone must have turned the camera off. Or... no, it's still recording, but something's covering the lens. There. That was the explosion. Interesting.
Why is it interesting?
Someone was in the treasure chamber, and they disabled the camera. And just a few minutes later, the alarm went off and everything blew up. The burglar hardly had time to prepare a targeted explosion, right? One
Could have been a
more
smoke
reason
bomb.
to go and see what happened in the treasure chamber.
Let me just loot you. Don't mind me.
What are you doing?
I was looking for this. I think he's okay. After we've checked the treasure chamber, we should call an ambulance.
Yeah, if you lose consciousness, yeah.
Dead.
Phone line is down. Figured, because he didn't...
We can't call for help. The line's dead. Does the alarm system call the police automatically? If not, or if it was also disconnected, I'm not sure that anyone out there knows what's happening inside the museum. I guess no one heard the explosion from outside. The treasure chamber doesn't have any windows, and the metal gates that came down could just be part of a test.
Ooh.
Maybe someone stirred something into the coffee and poisoned him with it, but the bump on the back of his head would indicate otherwise.
Yeah. I bet there's something about this box that'll let us...
Locked. Blueprints for the museum. Every gate seems to be controlled by its own switch. This should be the gate for the treasure chamber. That's it.
Oh! The kid heard someone talking behind one of the statues. There's a secret room.
He must realize that I never had a chance to set a bomb, although he may think that I could be an accomplice, as could he.
Behind the statue. One of the statues. That's where the guy was. There's either a room there, or a passage there, or the dude was just there. But that's where the Raven was. It must have been. Was one of the statues brought in and hollow, maybe?
I'll grin and bear it. As long as he's nearby, he can't cause any trouble. And if I have to get rid of him, I'm sure something will occur to me. There's nothing more...
Where do you think you're going?
I'm searching for a way into the treasure chamber, which is exactly what you should be doing.
I'll give you 5 minutes, then we'll follow my plan. Open the main entrance and call for backup.
Let's hope for both our sakes that I find a way into the treasure chamber before then. I don't want to be responsible for the escape of the Raven. The lances look sturdy, but they also seem to be firmly connected to the figures. Maybe I can break them off. On the other hand, there's been enough destruction today.
Exactly. Don't break something so priceless.
Director Mokhtar, I can't open the gate. Is there another way into the treasure chamber?
No. Only one way. Only one.
Examine the metal grate then. See if there's any inconsistencies. No, you're too old for that, dude.
So kind.
I need your youth.
No, that won't work.
I could have told you that.
Can I use these as like a pry bar? These gate things here? No. What do I have? I have keys. Does the keys unlock anything? No. I wonder if there's music that's supposed to be playing because it's like eerily quiet. I'll go into the main hall and see if there's... Wait, there's a flag over there. There was a flag up there. So I'm gonna grab the flag and see if I can use that as like a pry bar. I can't touch it. I'll go into the main hall and investigate that statue. They said that they heard something from one of the statues. Maddie did. Sorry, not... There was talking by one of the statues, which makes me feel like it's pertinent to investigate. Was that there before? Open the showcase. Oh, I'm just gonna use one of the daggers?
Locked.
I don't like this. These are priceless, they're old. They obviously could be very flimsy.
It fits.
They're not meant... Oh, this hurts me. It's old enough that it's just gonna shatter into a million pieces.
It's moving. No, not quite there yet.
Oh. I'm using museum pieces. I'm trying to use them. Yeah. Good morning, Flavorful. Welcome to the stream. I don't like using museum pieces for modern mundane things. It's just gonna break. It's just gonna break. I don't know. What's this way? Have I been this way? No. Oh. Oh, what do I do? I'll check my notebook and see if there's any new hooks. There we go. Museum. Unconscious, clues and evidence. That's not it. That's last chapter. Gotta wait for him to be done walking. Wait, is he going?
This security gate is also closed. Once the alarm went off, no one could have left through the official exits.
But I don't think the Raven came in through that exit. Okay, museum. The museum is closed to the public today, and only invited guests will be allowed to attend the gala tonight. I think that's when the Raven will strike, assuming I'm right and he's still roaming free. The Eye of the Sphinx is housed in a bulletproof display case. Everything is electronically alarmed. The museum's security system is state-of-the-art, no question. The telephone lines are dead. We can't call for help. Director Mokhtar seems to believe that Legrand caught Dr. Gebhardt. Someone tipped off the newspapers and mixed up some of the key details. Dr. Mokhtar no doubt felt he had better things to do than give a lowly flatfoot like myself a tour of this museum. I think he prefers the movers and shakers. Important, rich, and famous people. That's more his thing. I think Dr. Mokhtar is in a state of shock, and no wonder. His museum's treasure chamber was just blown to smithereens, after all. I'll give him a chance to collect himself. The Raven's escape route. There was an explosion! The The security system locked down both the museum and the treasure chamber right away. I don't know what happened there, but I fear my foe is going to work with a chainsaw rather than a scalpel this time. We're trapped in the museum, and so is the Raven, unless he has another way out, which I suspect he does. I have to follow him. Forgiveness on my assimile, my vague assimile on the main character's accent. I've never practiced a Swiss accent until a minute ago. But it doesn't sound right if I'm not trying at least a little bit. Okay. No, no. I changed my mind mid-like. Can I go this way? No? Okay. Is there anything else I can interact with here? No. Absolutely nothing. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. FT Waste. I don't even know if the character's Swiss accent is correct. We may never know.
Do you have any idea how we can open the gate?
We've got to open the main gate and call for backup.
No. You gave me 5 minutes and my time isn't up yet.
Gameplay and story segregation. It has definitely been 5 minutes. Use the wooden pole combined with something. Combined with what? Examine the banner.
Exclusive and unique. The eyes of the Sphinx exhibited together for the first time ever. Hopefully the visitors will be satisfied with a single eye. Otherwise, all this effort will be for nothing.
Okay, I need a second item. Okay, so the Egyptians they moved their stones around with a combination of ropes and then they used ramps, ropes, and pulleys, I believe. So maybe I'm supposed to look for something that could function as a rope and something that could function as a pulley.
I'll leave the gate closed until Legrand has surrounded the museum with his army of policemen.
Oh, hey! That's where I needed to click. Examine flagpole.
That might help. All right, Constable Oliver, could you lend me a hand?
And he gets the other stick. I get it now.
On 3. 1, 2, 3. Director Mokhtar, hurry! Put something under the gate.
Huh?
Director!
It's like, who speaks? Will I even be able to fit?
No luck.
It won't open any further.
Put it down, quick!
There we go.
That'll hold it.
You don't even know if the
wouldn't
character's
bet on
Swiss
it.
accent is
We should
correct.
hurry.
And inform Inspector Legrand.
First, I'll get an overview of the situation.
I don't know.
don't think I'm
It
gonna
sounds
leave you all
realistic
alone
to
with
me,
the
but
jewel, do you?
I don't know what a
Doubt
Swiss
that the
person really
jewel is
sounds
still
like.
in the treasure chamber.
But how?
I'll be watching you.
Then you'll have to come with me.
If you haven't heard anything from me in 5 minutes, me, not Constable Zellner, then open the entrance and call for help. Understood?
Okay.
This is DBZ rules of 5 minutes. Yeah! I've never seen Dragon Ball Z, but I've heard of that infamous, like, several episodes lasting 5 minutes. Oh. It is destroyed.
Whoa, indeed.
Yep. Dublup ahoy, dandy. Hello, fake emojis. Welcome to the stream. Look at destruction.
Let's hope that at least some of the artifacts withstood the explosion.
This is awful.
Fortunately, the ceiling is quite high, and the gate was still ajar. Otherwise, nothing in this room would have survived the shockwave. Why didn't he just drive through the wall with a tank? Reckless ignoramus.
Yeah. No pizzazz.
I suppose the camera was hit by a chunk of flying debris.
Debris. Let's examine the hole, shall we?
You don't want to go down there, do you?
That's how the eye left the treasure chamber.
Oh no. No way. We've seen enough. The Raven is gone. We need to get Legrand. You have to now.
You could say that. Will you give me some light?
Let's see. Oh, cord.
The remains of the cordon. Give me some light.
I have to put multiples of those?
Come on, I can't see. There's the display case.
Is the jewel still in it?
I can't tell.
Hello?
I hope you don't expect anyone to answer you.
Use the cord.
The cord is too short. It'd be no better than jumping.
I have to combine a bunch of the cord and cords, I would bet. Connect the cords. How goes the gaming? The person
The
who I'm...
clasps aren't really made for heavy weights, but I think they're strong enough.
Best of luck, I guess. How goes the gaming? It's doing pretty good. It's doing pretty good.
The floor of the basement is almost 4 meters below us and covered in rubble. Jumping would be too dangerous.
How much is 4 meters? If we translate that into yards. It's like 4 yards, right? Like a meter and a yard are like very similar, right?
I have to...
Are there any more cords?
Not the best rope in the world, but it will have to do. I let myself down into the hole with the rope.
You can't be serious.
This isn't a matter for discussion. I'm going down there. You can join me or stay here.
But you don't know what or who is down there.
That's part of...
That's why I want to go down there. Besides, maybe I'll find an escape route for us.
All right. Right then. Should I hold the rope?
Sure.
Yes, thanks.
I'll trust you. Hope he doesn't like toss it in with me.
I'm down. Give me some light, Robert.
It's like the constable gets blinded by Zellner's bald head. Alright, we got some redeems. Let's see. Yay! Ooh, what button did I push? Okay. Do. La whoop do whoopsie. There we go. Let's get some stretches. A little stretch. And invisible bird time. Blah, 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 blah. Might be funny to have an emote that's just a vomiting bird. Alrighty. Oh, you need to go to school? Have fun, floor friend. Yes. I am going to be... Lord willing and the creek don't rise. I will be streaming again later this evening. Or later this afternoon. Because, I am starting a new segment. Which are Pomodoro study streams. It would make me very happy if people wanted to show up and work along and just like, it's about vibing and like piggybacking on the mojo of someone else's motivation.
Shine the light over there, please. A map of Cairo. It's covered with hundreds of
That is
small
some
holes,
flashlight.
and there are some pins on the floor. There's a date in the corner. 1940. Shine the light over there, please. Interesting. Documents, maps, letters, all of them at least 20, 30 years old.
Body doubling, I think I've heard it called. Everyone doing their own thing together. Yeah, that's what my intent is. Using the Pomodoro study style. Where you work for about like 20 minutes and then you have a reward for 10 minutes. Do a little bit of work and you like lather, rinse, repeat. Because that's really good for people with ADHD, is that sort of stuff. But that all depends on whether the workmen are coming back today, and if they are, how loud they're going to be.
There are cracks in the wall and scarf marks on the floor.
A secret door?
And probably the Raven's escape route.
Can you open it?
It's dark.
There are several panels and kind of a handle. But I can't turn or pull or push it. Something's written here, but it's too dark. Hurry down with the light.
No, the Raven is trapped. We should call Legrand.
The Raven's not here.
Do you think this door leads to a dead end? With every minute we hesitate, the Raven's trail is getting colder.
But we should take it one step at a time. We're alone, and the Raven is dangerous.
What would Nicholas Legrand do in this situation? Would he wait for backup and twiddle his thumbs, or would he act?
Oh, blast.
Hit him.
Come on, Robert. Small decisions can have major effects. You hand me the light, and we could both be heroes.
Or dead.
Robert, I'll be careful.
Okay, here's what we do. I'll hand you the lamp, and you open the door. Then we guard the door and wait for backup.
I couldn't have put it better myself.
Right. Catch. But
It's like the
hurry.
flashlight
I don't
beams
wanna
him in
think
the
about
head.
fact that I'm standing here in the dark, surrounded by mummies.
That was a good throw. It teleported into his hand.
That's better.
Why don't you just take the flashlight with you? Why do that? Just take it with you, dude. I guess he doesn't.
Raven knew about the secret basement. He must have done some research and then paid someone for the missing information.
I guess he just... Sorry, I had a thought and then my brain just went...
What's that?
Hey, don't go too far away.
Come down and stop me. Interesting. Some kind of wooden hatch. There are 2 hinges on this side. There's a kind of metal hook holding the hatch closed.
Robert is being such a contrarian. Yes, I think his name is Is it Robert? Because I thought it was Oliver. Maybe it's both. Maybe it's like Oliver Robert or Robert Oliver. So I was calling him by his last name or something. You?
I'm the talking statue. I really like to teach bad words to the little boys. At least that riddle is solved now. Peepholes. And I suspect... yes.
I was right. That's how he...
The Raven couldn't have gone this way. We'd have seen him and he couldn't have closed the bolt from outside. I'm positive he escaped through the other secret door.
Why is it suddenly so bright down there?
I found the light switch.
I mean, that's one way to say it. Now let's use the other mechanism and go over there.
That is interesting. 4 discs. An extravagant combination lock. If it was just another language with a Latin alphabet, I might be able to guess the meaning, but I'm lost when it comes to Arabic. I'll write them down. It could be a hint about how to open the door.
Just call him Jerkwad. He is being incredibly obstinate. Oh. Well, fuck. Oh, okay. So we got... What is this? Okay. So that's a puzzle. Oh, we learned in bad words? Okay. I'll start with what I know. Butt face. The chat really... Is the chat really laggy right now? Oh, they made this so it would be easy to get to the thing that'll help me translate the puzzle. Which I'm guessing is this. No? The Raven's escape route. Parts of the treasure chamber have been destroyed. There's less damage than I feared, but some of the artworks are lost forever. The Raven didn't have a way out of the treasure chamber, so he made one. There's a gaping hole where the Eye of the Sphinx and its display case once stood. There's a secret basement below the treasure chamber. From there, a hidden door leads to the main hall. The basement has been there since the museum was built. The secret door may have been added later, during World War II. That would explain the cursing statue that Matt heard. Someone was here in the basement, probably preparing the explosives while I was talking to Lady Westmacott. There's another secret door in the basement. The Raven must have used it. Unfortunately, it's locked. There are rotating discs with various animal symbols. There's also something written in Arabic. No, it actually varies. That's no fun. I don't know what's going on there. I wonder whether it's about, like, my internet or something, because my internet has been very strange lately.
Various containers. Maybe they
I may need to
contain
get out some
funerary
paper for
objects.
this. I sense one of them puzzles.
The lids depict animals and a person. That alone doesn't really help me.
Okay. I need something that... I think that I need to know what Arabic... what Arabic equals what face. That it? No. Maybe it's... I'll examine the sarcophagus. Maybe it's there.
The museum still has plenty to offer, despite the senseless destruction in the treasure chamber. The museum. The museum.
The museum. The museum. Nothing else. I'm gonna go back into the secret thing and... Perhaps...
Is that you?
It is I, the Raven.
Did you find an exit?
No, I'm still looking. The basement is quite large.
Okay, don't go too far away.
What does the mechanism want? Don't know what that Arabic is. It could also be OBS. Maybe check for any updates there. Okay. Yeah, I'll update it as soon as I can. After this stream, I'll do it. I don't know how long the update would take. And I feel like it would be better for me to just, like, have a stopping point here. What am I supposed to... Like, I see that there are wheels, but, like, what's the purpose of this? My thought process was, like... I can use the mechanism. Does it have to do with the position of the statues here? There was a secret way that way for a reason. I feel like it has to be that the solution is hinted in the other room. But yet I see nothing in the other room that can indicate what I need to do. In light of this, I'll go ahead and use an adventure point. So the only things I can do in here are use mechanism and go through this door. Yeah, I can only examine the sarcophagus.
The museum still has The museum still has...
Yep, the museum does have plenty. Alright, I'll go up. Question is whether he'll let me. Oh, he'll let me. Oh!
What are you doing here? You were just...
I found another exit.
The eye?
Gone. The Raven blasted a hole in the floor of the treasure chamber. There's a hidden basement beneath it.
And the other treasures?
It doesn't look good.
Oh no.
Shabby Raven.
Director Mokhtar?
Isn't it about time to open the gates?
I don't believe that the police have arrived yet. We can't risk giving the Raven a means of escape.
That
Absolutely.
monster is surely long gone by now.
Perhaps not. I have a lead.
Do your best. As soon as the police have surrounded the building, I'll open the gates.
Very well, Director. The basement below the treasure chamber. Did you know about it?
I had no idea.
There are maps and drawings from the Second World War in the room. Why?
Well, it may have had something to do with the resistance.
Resistance?
Egypt was occupied by the British. There was a movement for independence.
The Egyptians collaborated with the Nazis?
No, but the enemy of my enemy.
So, the rebels reported
Bad idea.
information to the Nazis. And for that, they needed secret command posts.
Yes, and what would be of more symbolic importance than the Egyptian Museum, witness to 5,000 years of Egyptian independence?
Hidden rooms? Secret basements? What are they doing here?
What is this, Resident Evil?
1900, by a Frenchman who had a penchant for such things.
Penchant.
Mystical torchlight ceremonies celebrating the builders of old? Freemasons? Things like that?
Many great buildings have complicated histories.
And today, we're going to write a new chapter. I found this Arabic writing. What does it mean?
I have an envelope here.
It says, the sons of Horus.
And that means?
Is this really the time to discuss history?
It's important.
The sons of Horus played an important part in the burial ritual.
Horus is the
Four
hawk.
sons, 4 canopic jars, vessels in which the liver, lungs, stomach, and intestines of the body were stored.
Are the 4 connected to symbols?
A man, baboon, jackal, and falcon. Look downstairs in the main hall.
Okay.
Sons of Horus, vessels and intestines. Got it. It's going to be okay. Wait here.
Where is the constable, anyway?
He's guarding the treasure chamber.
He told me to call for backup if he doesn't come back in about 5 minutes. And that I shouldn't trust you.
If you count on the constable, you're backing the wrong horse.
He's Legrand's man.
Did you ever think about the fact that he's the only one who was present at both burglaries?
Oh.
He's gonna throw mud at my face? Alright, here are the sarcophaguses.
Must be the canopic jars the director was talking about. 1 jar for each of the 4 sons of Horus. The 4 sons of Horus, Amset, Hapi, Duamutef, and Kebek Senuef, are children of the god
Gesundheit.
Horus the Elder and the goddess Isis. They are believed to protect canopic jars, which contain the internal organs of people who were mummified in ancient Egypt. As stellar gods, they are associated with the 4 cardinal directions. For that reason, their names were written on the 4 corners of the coffins during the Middle Kingdom period. Aha! 4 sons, 4 cardinal directions. Each son of Horus is associated with a cardinal
So I need to look at a
direction.
sarcophagus. I need to look at a sarcophagus because it'll have the directions written on it.
The museum still has plenty to offer, despite the senseless destruction in the treasure chamber.
Ah, the board. So small I didn't see it.
Sarcophagus from the Old Kingdom. Unknown ruler. Here we go. On the front, you can see the tutelary deities Amset and Hapi. At a later date, it became traditional to show all 4 sons of Horus on all 4 sides of the sarcophagus. Each son signified a cardinal direction.
I'm writing notes.
Hapi, the north, Amset, the south, Kebek Senuef, the west, and Duamutef, the east.
All right, I was writing it down. Let's go back into the hole. Into the hole. So, this is the north. The question is, what is my goal? And also, what are the heads of what? I need to write that down too. I forgot to write down what type of head they have. What kind of head they give.
Each son of Horus is associated with a cardinal direction. From the sign beside the sarcophagus, I know that Happy is the north, Amset is the south, Kebek Senuef is the west, and Duamutef is the east.
Okay.
Here we have Duamutef, stomach.
Okay, so... dog, I guess?
The sign says Amset, liver. Happy, lungs. Kebek Senuef, intestines.
Okay, I'm here. Alright, I wrote it down. I found a scrap piece of paper next to me. Considering Egyptians thought the head was useless, well... Nefertiti ain't getting no head. All teedy Nefer cunnilingus. Alright. So... this one... So... the monkey faces north. And here, north, south, east, the doggy. Doggy. South would be the human being. And then the falcon. Which one's the falcon? Oh, the falcon was already facing that. I'm gonna check the notes. Because maybe he drew out what it was supposed to look like. I didn't need to write it down at all! But the act of writing something down helps me remember, so that I don't have to look at it anymore. Perhaps... maybe I have to pick the one that's right side up. Excuse me, which one's the monkey? This is the monkey, right? Like a baboon face? If it's north, shouldn't it be... If this isn't correct, I'll rotate everything over one, maybe. Wait a minute. I don't think I had the bottom one facing the right thing. If the dog is east, the human is south. What did the guy say about the Arabian again? It just says sons of Horus, right? Hmm. North. Maybe because it's like connected this way? It's not supposed to be what's up here. It's what's here. So monkey, north. Because it's like, what is right side up? I guess. Next east would be the dog. I want to put it right here so it's like right side up. I'm like kind of connected. Human for this one. And then for this one, it would be the falcon. How about that? That do it? No. I may need to look this one up. This music is so Indiana Jones, it's not even funny. I've seen the first one. I guess it partially is because, like, there was a lot of stuff in Indiana Jones that had to do with Egypt. Isn't the first one having a lot to do with, like, Egypt? Because of the Ark of the Covenant? I need to watch the rest of them. I've only seen the first one. I was thinking it was very Uncharted-y. But then again, Uncharted is so heavily... Oh, like every jackal faces east? You know what? You're probably right. Every jackal facing east. I don't know, because then this one, the human is not facing south. I'm not sure that that's physically possible. Wait, maybe. Alright, so for the top, this one has the falcon. Falcon is, yeah, because like, see, like the falcon's supposed to be west. This is confusing. Oh wait, that's not west. North, south, yeah. Hmm. Yeah, because if I move all of them this way... Poop. Poop, I say. That's the thing. I need to look up how to actually solve the puzzle. Okay. Facing toward the center? That may be it. I'm gonna look it up. Because I have to know the objective of the puzzle. Oh, okay, yeah. The heads have to face inward. So... the monkey... the... Falcon. You know what? That makes total sense because in ancient Egyptian culture, the writing, in Egyptian hieroglyphics, writing can go in any direction. The way you tell which direction you're supposed to write in is which way the bird hieroglyph is facing. And contrary to what you would think, it doesn't point to the direction you're supposed to read. The words come toward the bird like the bird is going to eat the message. And that's how you can tell what direction the hieroglyphs are in. So, dang it. I feel like I almost should have known this. Okay, so south is the human being. Cause see, they're facing their faces are facing like they're going to eat, like the thing. All right, and then for west, excuse me. North, south, east. All right, this needs to be the dog. Okay.
There we go. He's up there, Robert. I know that.
That may be. Go into the guard room and open the gates.
Tell the director.
Zellner, don't do it. It's too dangerous.
You can't stop me. Not anymore. 200 steps at least. And a ladder. I'm too old for this.
Aww. Wow.
Left over from the war, if I had to guess. And why not? So high above the city is the perfect place for a secret radio installation.
Nah, not going back downstairs.
Must be unbearably hot up here in the summer, but it's bearable at the moment. The chair is the only object that's not covered with dust. It seems like someone sat on it recently. Handcuffs. Not what I expected. Was someone interrogated here?
I love the dust that's like hanging in the air.
Huh. The Raven, if I'm not mistaken. Why don't you step into the light? Dr. Gebhardt?
Gebhardt? Are you trying to insult me? Wrong, Constable Zellner.
Mr. Inch?
What?
It is astonishing how far you've come. I thought young Legrand would be my most dangerous opponent, but it seems
Mr. Inch?
For age.
Mr. Inch? Monkey Man?
You didn't have anything to do with the murder of the Baroness?
The death of the Baroness was never part of the plan. Dr. Gebhardt had a score to settle with her and got in my way.
You didn't care about the key to the safe?
I never wanted to steal the eye out of the safe. I always intended to strike here, in the museum.
What about Gebhardt's confession?
A nice idea, don't you think? It keeps the inspector out of my hair. For a few more hours, at least. Until everything collapses like a house of cards.
And the bomb on the train? Did you want to kill us all?
I knew that Legrand would be hot on my heels after the heist in London. He's a dangerous man, Mr. Zellner. He almost caught me once.
Is that a reason to resort to murder?
It wasn't my only reason. An eye for an eye, Constable Zellner.
Why did you steal the second eye here, and not while it was in transit?
The eye was in the bank in Zurich for a long time. Impossible to get at. Then the safe on the ship in Legrand's cabin. Too complicated. I heard about the secret basement and found out how the security system worked. I would have preferred to save my performance for the gala this evening, but, well, events demanded a change of schedule. Not least because of you, my nosy friend.
How did you do it? How did you plant the message on the safe in the train? How did you know that Gebhardt killed the Baroness? And the demolition charge below the treasure chamber? How did you manage it all? Even if your arm isn't lame.
Oh, it is, believe me. I needed help, it's true. A messenger boy to replace my arms and legs.
A messenger boy?
Ah, Adil. This could be interesting. He's quite talented, but unreliable. He has a mind of his own plans. Don't you, Adil?
I never wanted blood to be shed, but it's time to make an exception.
He only forgot one thing. I keep things firmly in hand. Always. End of story.
No. Is that a cigarette? Is the bird getting some nicotine?
I told you not to get off. What if the train had gone without you?
So, you're taking a job as a ship's doctor.
I am excited but nervous too. I'm not exactly a champion swimmer.
If you wind up in the water on board a ship, something's gone terribly wrong.
Wonder what's going on. Oh! Change of protagonist. That's a walk. Work it, girl. Okay.
What was all that in the museum?
That didn't quite go according to plan, did it? And I hate it when things don't go according to plan.
You nearly killed them.
You let them catch you.
It wasn't my fault. Scotland Yard was there.
If I thought it was your fault, you'd already be bobbing in the River Thames with a bullet in your head. Someone tipped them off. I don't know who, but I'm going to find out. Where is the jewel? Ah, marvelous. But it's just half the set, and
dude went
stealing the
full
second
Disney
eye will be
villain.
more difficult than I'd anticipated.
Why are we meeting here and not in Venice like we planned?
London drew more attention than planned. They put Legrand on the case.
Nicholas Legrand?
He's searching the train.
Shouldn't we postpone the plan under these circumstances?
On the contrary, I gave him an anonymous tip.
A tip?
I told him that the train will be robbed.
You don't seriously suggest that we steal the jewel right under Legrand's nose?
They are talking so loudly, it's like reverberating. This entire time, Legrand is just off to the side, just like, oh, okay. Tell me more.
Mr. X will provide
with his arms crossed.
We need. As planned, I'll go to Venice together with the Baroness and board the ship there. You'll do the same, but as surreptitiously as possible.
All right.
And under no circumstances can anyone be permitted to discover our relationship.
Understood? Ooh, relationship.
And the rest of the plan is as before?
We just have to get on board the ship.
Then I'll get in the car and we'll meet in Venice.
No, Legrand necessitates a change of plan. You'll go by train as well, and place this envelope on the safe as soon as the train halts in the tunnel. I'll cause a blackout so that you can sneak past the guard. You won't believe who's guarding the safe. That blasted Bobby from London. If you have any trouble, cave his skull in.
And Legrand?
You take care of the letter. I'll take care of everything else. The most important thing is that no one recognizes you on the train.
And that I don't get caught. What's the purpose of the letter?
That's not your concern.
I'd just like to know whether I'm risking my life for some game of yours, or whether it's worth it.
Any one of my games would be worth your life. You just do what I tell you. Stick the letter on the door of the safe or leave it on top of it. I don't care. But the letter has to be there as soon as Legrand shows up after the blackout to make sure everything is in order. Understood?
Evil little weasel.
What? Yes, understood.
And I said hello to you.
Hasn't the Baroness grown suspicious?
She's wrapped up in a veil of alcohol, arrogance, and disinterest. Only flattery, gossip, and Belgian chocolate can
Hey.
Ideal conditions.
I'll be glad to be rid of that old hag. She's my ticket to the most important museums in Europe. But these have been the longest 6 months of my life.
How are the injured guards doing?
How the devil should I know?
You didn't need to do that.
What? Save your bacon?
I'd have made it out on my own.
Oh yes, the poor security guard. It really wasn't necessary. I'm such a naughty boy.
I just don't want anyone to get hurt.
Oh please, please, don't be angry with me. I won't do it again.
I think this man is a garbage human.
I don't know. We have the first eye, and we only just escaped.
Tell me you're not suggesting that we should be satisfied with that? One eye alone is nothing more than an expensive bauble, but both eyes together are a legend. My greatest triumph.
Shouldn't I put the eye somewhere for safekeeping? Just in case Legrand searches our things.
I'll hide the jewel in the Baroness's luggage. I already know where. Legrand won't dare search her belongings, and even then, he'll never be able to open the secret compartment.
Okay, so we'll see each other in Venice.
And not sooner. Here, take your travel documents. We may not have an opportunity to meet in Venice.
Okay, fine. Huh, that's the first change of plans so far.
Oh, it just connect. He's an American.
Looks like I'll be going to Venice by train.
All of the eyes in this are so messed up. Tag is black.
Some of the passengers got off the train to stretch their legs, but this man started his journey right here in Zurich. He waited a good 10 minutes for the train and began to get impatient. Clothes maketh the man. Put a uniform on a short, old, rather chubby little man, and they'll show him all due respect, even if he's only a constable. The uniform alone gives him power, and that counts for a lot in this part of the world. They won't let me ride along in the freight car, not even if I ask nicely. A leather bag like the ones used by country doctors for carrying their equipment. Burglary in British Museum, 1 casualty, 5,000 pounds damage, culprit unknown. Return of the Raven? I'd have escaped anyway, but Inch just couldn't resist playing with dynamite. I hope the security guard recovers soon.
Yeah.
There probably isn't a single newspaper between Moscow and Madrid that's not reporting on the burglary. I'm famous. Unfortunately, not for the sort of elegantly executed theft I'd like to be known for.
I'm gonna, well, ooh, it's 12 o'clock.
You can find useful things in a waste bin, but this one seems to have been
I think what I'm going to do is this is actually a pretty excellent stopping point.
This is the saloon car, fully furnished with a bar and all the niceties. The ladies and gentlemen would have a fit if I just waltzed in there wearing these clothes.
So, I need to find an outfit.
The conductor from the train, he's keeping a watchful eye on his passengers and their luggage. The train's been held up, and he seems to want to prevent further delays.
I forgot to switch it over to game. What? Jumping into a new section, good place to stop. Well, I mean, I think that like this is right at a transit point where it's like starting a new character. He's not on the train yet. Needs to get on the train. And then, yeah.
If I swipe the bag, it'd cause confusion while people look for it, and I might be able to sneak onto the train. The only problem is, I can't take the bag with me. Not a chance. The doctor could easily spot me taking his bag. He'd sound the alarm, and our Swiss friend would have no choice but to arrest me, and then we'd have a real problem.
If I remember correctly, during the constable's run,
The crate must have had bananas or something in it. It's empty now.
the person who was missing luggage was the Baroness. So I need to look for where the Baroness's purse is. Is it over here? I don't see a purse. Like, I mean, there's quite a lot of stuff there.
Not a chance. The doctor, he'd sound the... and then we'd have... Judging by the bag, he's a doctor. He radiates self-confidence, almost arrogance.
I love how he's just saying these things out loud. It's the law of point-and-click adventure games. The story and gameplay segregation is at full tilt.
If I try to just get on the train, I can't risk...
Alright, so I think that this is an excellent place to stop. I hope to see you this afternoon at 4:30 when I will be doing a Pomodoro study work-along stream. I'm going to get some writing done, and I hope that you guys are wanting to join me. So, see you then! If I swipe the bag, I might be able to go... What did you say? Nothing. I trust I leaned way too close with the... I'm gonna raid somebody. Let's see who's awake, who's up and puttering. My internet's being very slow. It's almost like I'm streaming and... Yeah, I don't usually stream at this time, so I don't know anybody that's actually doing anything. So, you know what? I'm just gonna end the stream. So, you are loved, and don't forget to spread love to others. Bye!